For me, what makes the difference in Uganda is the people. What hospitality, what energy, and today you saw it. Magic. Ugandans are people who don't know how to like, they know how to love. We need to dream bold, we need to dream magnificent, just the way UTB is doing.
Sports is a very beautiful vehicle which I think we can leverage. There's a wealth of stories for us to tell. We want to tell the origin of the Rwenzori. We want to tell the significance of Rwenzori, not just for Uganda, but for Africa and also the world.
Today we ran, we didn't see buildings. We saw the most beautiful nature, the most beautiful weather, and the most beautiful people.
Welcome to Destination 256, your go-to destination for all things tourism in Uganda. We are coming to you hot from the Tusker Lite Mt Rwenzori Marathon. It has been hot, it has been exciting. We've seen jubilations of winners, and here I am with two gentlemen, one from the authority and then one from the private sector. We want to get their idea, their essence, their reasoning towards Destination Uganda. What is there for it? How are they driving the narrative? We've seen more than 6,000 runners. We have seen people from 36 countries come here in Kasese to experience what Kasese has to offer through sports tourism. And I'll start from my right. Yes, Mr. Francis, you are most welcome.
Thank you, Zingo. Hi everyone watching. Francis Nyende here, Marketing Manager, Uganda Tourism Board.
Nice to have you.
Same here.
Yes, Mr. Sanjay.
Oh, yes, Sanjay. Hi, Sanjay Rughani, CEO Standard Chartered Bank, based in Kampala, of course.
Destination Uganda, we have a lot to offer, but here we are with at least a niche, that is sports tourism. We have had the rugby. Recently, we are having Chant happening, and now we have the Tusker Lite Mt Rwenzori Marathon. What is there as the board, and what are you doing to see that we position our destination in that direction?
You want to also accept that Uganda is hugely blessed.
Yes.
In many ways. We've talked about our nature-based propositions for a very long time, and I think they are still the most sought after tourism products in Uganda. But also we've seen the advent of a lot of adventure tourists.
Yes.
People who come in, high adrenaline, but with that, they want to also connect with the leisure that a country like ours has to offer. So whereas everyone else can host a game, a marathon, we have a lot to add to that, and that's what we're naturally endowed with. Our mountains, our rivers, our lakes, our hills, our people, and that combination gives us a very good, unique proposition as a country. So, from UTB or the government's end, we acknowledge the importance of such opportunities. They do, thrust us into, huge audiences. AFCON alone or CHAN, you have about 2 billion viewers. And how blessed are we to have it here in Uganda? And, that gives us an opportunity for us to showcase, the beauty that no one else is seeing. One of the things you hear about everyone who gets here, they're like, why is it no one has told me about this? So when we have sports opportunities like the marathon, CHAN, the spotlight is on Uganda, and then that's where we actually, take the advantage of positioning ourselves as, a premier destination. And we are not the Pearl of Africa just for, the words of it. It's actually real beauty, real purpose, that we have to showcase to the world. So sports is a very beautiful vehicle which I think we can leverage, and the marathon has just given us good taste to that, and we will be doing a lot more of such interventions as UTB.
Standard Chartered Bank has been in Uganda for 113 years. As an organization, are 170 years old, and since then, all the three words you talked about, whether it's bringing hope to Uganda, whether it's bringing trust to Uganda, or whether it's helping Uganda to manage risk. We are an organization that has got extreme talent, skills, and capabilities. We are an emerging markets bank, and we are hugely privileged to be in Uganda. I've been in Uganda for 3 years. So let's start with culture. What a beautiful culture we have. I mean, people are safe here. The environment is robust. It is resilient. It is agile. Many of us say the party city of the whole of Africa is in our part of the world, of course. And people come here for different reasons. Then the other thing is art and fashion. Nowadays, fashion is becoming big. Guys, we are stylish. And then food. I mean, we talk about matoke and gnut and all, but the variety of food, the freshness of food. I think there are very few countries in the world that has the freshness that we have in food. Here.
We are the food basket of Africa.
Well, we could become. You know, I think we have the biggest opportunity to become. Africa has food, but we have the opportunity to really take food beyond, Africa, and the opportunity is massive. But for me, what makes the difference in Uganda is the people. What hospitality, what energy, and today you saw it, magic. It's just amazing. This feeling of trust, this feeling of just humility, this feeling of humbleness. Ugandans are people who don't know how to like, they know how to love. They have a heart.
For the 3 years you've been here, what is that one thing you've loved about Uganda?
The opportunity is the biggest thing I love. Look, I'm in business, I'm a leader. Every day my job is to make sure that people dream big. And as a leader, my biggest job is to make sure that they achieve those dreams. I think it's the time. We need to dream not only big, we need to dream bold. We need to dream magnificent, just the way UTB is doing. I love what they are trying to do. And it is our time. It is our time. Every Ugandan should talk about the narrative of Uganda. That is where you optimize on the potential.
Mr. Nyende, last year or earlier this year, they launched the destination marketing plan. And one of the aspects is storytelling, and then there is innovation in there. There is private
MICE.
There is MICE, which this falls under MICE meetings, incentives, conference, events, and exhibition. This is an event, and there is a government-private sector partnership. Are we driving in that lane? And which vehicles are we using to see that we achieve those aspects?
The destination strategy is very clear on how we are going to be moving for the next couple of years. I mean, storytelling is almost a given. We just haven't done it. To Mr. Rughani's point, we have a rich culture. 54 tribes, different languages, different food types, different ways of doing things, different ways we prepare our food, different ways we name. There's a wealth of stories for us to tell the world thing. We want to tell the origin of the Rwenzori. We want to tell the significance of Rwenzori, not just for Uganda, but for Africa and also the world. We have a beautiful country which is yet to be unpacked. I mean, you can go on and on about the beauty. The best climate. I was speaking to one of the influencers, and they're like, during winter, they are so eager for the summer. When the summer shows up, they're just 4 days. They can actually enjoy the weather. After that, it's extreme, heat. And here we are. We have those 4 days all year round in Uganda. You want the rain, it will show up. You want the sun, and you can, enjoy it. And there will be millions of people willing to pay for just the weather. So how do we put it out there? And so people actually meaningfully get to connect to our destination. Everyone has seen Miss Juliana Kagwa on the road almost every day, meeting both private and public partners. And that's a real intention that UTB has going forward, because we know we are not going to do this job by ourselves. Tourism is a job for everyone, just like it's one of the most inclusive sectors. Anyone who chooses today to indulge in tourism will benefit. So even the promotion should be just about everyone's business. So we are engaging a lot with private sector. I mean, the partnership we have with Standard Chartered, Tusker Lite is a testament to that. Look at the marathon. This is now a certified marathon. 6,000 inbound runners. We've not had that. We don't have an event. I mean, if it's not a meeting, we don't have an event permanent on our calendar that brings in 6,000 inbound tourists. So it shows you how far we can go with partnering with our private sector. And even within our government agencies, you've seen we are very intentional, with the Ministry of Tourism, Uganda Wildlife Authority. I can't even put it in better words how much, the partnership has helped with driving, tourism impact in the past couple of months. Where we have the rhino naming ceremony, we're in it. UA, UTB, ministry, we're in it. And with private sector also coming on board. So for us, it's a very important pillar, because we know promoting tourism is not just our job, it's everyone's job. And once everyone comes on board, trust me, this will definitely get to achieve the ambitions that have been set by the government of making sure tourism is contributing 10% of our GDP in the next 15 years. And that means about $50 billion coming into the Ugandan economy thanks to tourism. So we definitely are going to be pushing that PPP strategy strong, because we have tested it, it's working, and we just need to make it a lot bigger.
The numbers that we have seen here are not the numbers we had last year. I think last year people talked about 3,000 runners.
3,700.
And here we are talking about 6,000 runners. That means they have doubled. And then last year we had quite a few people flying in and a few countries represented. This year we are having 35, 36 countries represented, plus a lot of influencers. So how are we utilizing these numbers to inform our marketing and our pushing? Yes, I will start with you, Mr. Sanjay.
Good. So I think numbers don't lie, and that's a fact. If we talk about tourism in Uganda, at the moment it's what, 1.4, 1.5 billion dollars worth. And then Francis said we want to get this to a $50 billion journey. We may think this is like shooting on the stars, but it's very doable. Is what I would say. I believe in the tenfold GDP growth strategy of Uganda, which talks about ATMs, agro-processing, tourism, of course, minerals and mining, science and technology and invention or innovation. I absolutely believe in it. I think this is a time that we need to not think about the 46, 47 million people. We need to think about the 300 million people in the region. Just imagine today, how many people were there from Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda?
We actually had 750 Kenyans come here.
Yes. And I met quite a lot of people from my home world, Tanzania.
Yes.
But I since you are talking about numbers, I think where Uganda is today, not very long ago, Tanzania was there. So I would say we made about 1.5 billion or just less than $2 billion, maybe just 5 years ago. But last year, which finished in June, Tanzania made $3.9 billion. And it is now the number one highest contributor to GDP from a currency perspective. I wouldn't doubt that is going to 5 billion, easily. And yet, the opportunity continues to be big. So I'm just saying that the 50 billion is very doable. Now, where do I see that happening? I think if I have to start comparing and much more talk about the Uganda side of the equation, I mean nature. Today we didn't see buildings. We saw the most beautiful nature, the most beautiful weather, and the most beautiful people. And of course, the government has to do more on the roads, because we all came here. We could reach here in 4 hours if the roads were good. I think that's an area. So infrastructure is a big opportunity. And I can tell you, Standard Chartered Bank is very involved in infrastructure. Currently, we are mandated with 3 different roads. I can't tell you which ones because it's competitive.
Yes.
But, you can see His Excellency, the President, is driving investment in infrastructure. It is such a critical enabler. Uganda Airlines, we're now going to London. It's the best time from people of UK who have never seen what real nature looks like. This is real nature. Like you said, 12 months, every day is predictable. You don't have to look at the weather. You come here, you have fun. The sun rises at almost the same time, sets at almost the same time. The weather is 4-5 degrees up and down. You can't have it more. I mean, it is just spectacular. But think about business. Tourism and business cannot be, it has to go together. So when people come here, they should also take time to see the opportunity on business. Agriculture, you look, even yourself are talking about a food basket. If we get into commercial farming, we can get 20, 30, 40, 50x. That is the potential. What beautiful weather we have, I mean, from our agriculture. But we need to get into commercial ways. We need to use technology much more. Minerals and mine, we saw the mining commission has been established. Most of the minerals have now been geoteched. The government has recently come up with a framework of, the 15%. Kilemba mine was just recently opened by His Excellency. It is just a matter of time. And they go with tourism, because many people who come here don't just come for business. They come for 3-4 days of business, and then they want to see the country. A country in which you invest, you must see. It's not a nice to do, it's a must to do, is what I would say. Think about science, technology, and innovation. I mean, our remittances number, technology, mobile penetration, fiber optics. I mean, it's just growing by the minute. I came to Kasese in the first year I was here, and I did not see many of the things that we see around, including the technology was very weak. Now look at where it is. So I can say that, statistically, because you talked about numbers, it is proven. Whoever commits to Uganda, Uganda gives them much more than they always commit. So I think this is the best time for somebody to optimize on their own, hopes, as you said, on the trusts. And this is the best place where risk is managed very effectively. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. That is really very diverse. I see the president now pushing for value addition on everything that we do in here. I think also that is quite another key thing in our development. Yes, over to you, Mr. Francis.
So yeah, Zingo, you spoke about the numbers, and I think first of all, we've recovered steadily since the dip of COVID. I think as we closed 2024, we had about 1.37 million inbound tourists. And we are on track to, shatter that number, maybe land somewhere at 1.6 or 1.5. So to Mr. Rughani's point, it's very clear we have a very good, run rate when it comes to growth of our, tourism. And that is even before we do, a very good job in putting our brand out there, because that's now one of the biggest mandates we have as UTB. So we believe in it. It's possible. The country itself has gifted itself to us with all the beauty. The government has put a very strong ambition, and not just ambition, they're putting money behind this ambition. So a lot of investment is coming into tourism just to make sure we are, hugely enabled. And the tenfold growth, to Mr. Rughani's point, is definitely achievable. We've seen what tourism has done for, the countries around us. Look at Tanzania, look at Kenya, even Rwanda. We see how much effort, has gone into make sure they, put their brand out there, and it pays back. Rwanda has, a lot of inbound tourism, for mice because of the efforts they've put out there. But also, so is Uganda. We now see a lot of, meetings coming here. NAM was the most recent one. That comes with a lot of, putting the brand out there and make sure we are ready for it. But it also speaks to the kind of economic benefit we want out of this. So 1.37 million tourists, giving us about $1.28 billion, and we can grow the value of those tourists, make sure they come here, stay a little longer, spend a lot more money. Definitely the number then will start, adding up. But what does that mean? Investments also need to now come in. Kasese had about 500 rooms, on the onset. Today we have 6,000 people in here. I think 2/3 are staying here.
Yes.
Then a lot of us are, flipping over to the nearest towns, but it's full. And you can see the hotels have come up. The economy itself of Kasese is vibrant. The security. We used to have incidences here. Even me as a
lot of them.
National, I would be worried to be in Kasese, but that all has changed. You can see the power that comes with tourism, and once the numbers are there, they are going to be backed by many things: security, investments, and then also the improvement of livelihood, in the area. So I think on a good trajectory. Rwenzori is just opening up a lot of those opportunities, and we think those will be opportunities that can be even, modeled in other bits of the country, because the country itself is equally blessed in every corner. So we definitely, are looking forward to, the development that will come with that.
Can't thank you enough for being here. I think this is where now I ask you to say your parting shots, to give your last message, Mr. Sanjay, to do that kalango for Standard Chartered Bank.
Of course.
And then before we even come into your office to ask for the sponsorship. Yeah. And then Mr. Francis also to do that kalango now. I think for you will be emphasizing more on the spread and spend of the people after the marathon. Can we have that people go into the parks around and all that?
Yeah.
Yes, I think I'll start with Mr. Sanjay.
So we of course say, Uganda rocks, Rwenzori Marathon rocks, UTB rocks. I mean, this is their time. This is our time. But I must say that it is not UTB's responsibility, your responsibility, my responsibility. It is every
Everyone.
Ugandan's responsibility to talk about Uganda. You are the biggest voice this world can hear about Uganda. So be generous is what I would say. Be generous. This country has so much to talk about. So with that, best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanjay, and it's nice to have you here today.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
Mr. Francis.
Thank you, Zingo, and I can't put it better than Mr. Sanjay has put it. We have a beautiful country. I'll tell you, if you want to understand the beauty of this country, interact with people who have been here for the first time. You'll be shocked. Every time I hear someone tell me, why haven't I known about this beauty? It really takes me a step back to think about the job we have to do. But it's a job we have to do together. But not just for the sake of doing the job. This is arguably one of the most inclusive sectors. Like I said, today you're doing a podcast. I mean, it's your narrative. We are going by your narrative about tourism today. Someone will open up a hotel. Someone will be a tour guide. Someone will be a transport supplier, a food vendor. You can go on and on. Like, I don't know why people are not investing in domestic air flights here. I mean, you have wealthy people coming in. They need to cut the journey short, but they're willing to pay for it. So it is one of the most inclusive sectors, and I urge everyone out there, if you can't post a TikTok and earn some money from it, get into accommodation, do some nice foods, put together beautiful itineraries for tourists. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I encourage everyone at whatever level to come in, promote, invest, and make the most of this tourism opportunity that we have as a country.
We are here at the Tusker Lite Mt Rwenzori Marathon, bringing you live these conversations and more. Keep it in lock on Destination 256. I'm Zingo Zal, your host.